This is Prabhas from Kylas, Customer Success Manager. And today's topic is basically to discuss on the new you can say feature, that is lead and deal bulk update in Kylas CRM. So Abhishek is going to take care of this session. So I am handing over this session to Abhishek. Abhishek, over to you.
Yeah, hi, thanks. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible.
Sure. Yeah, it's visible now.
All right. So as Pravash mentioned, the topic of today's webinar is going to be about how do we perform bulk actions, right? So what's the use of bulk action? That is something that we have to understand first, okay? Because why bulk actions are important. So usually what happens is then in many apologies, sorry, I'm feeling a little bit of cough and cold. So what happens in bulk action is that sometimes there is a use case. For example, let's say if sales user has left the organization, or maybe they are on leave, and we would like to reassign all those leads that the person was working upon to a new sales user, right? So in that case, we might need a bulk operation. Or let's say if as you know, Kailas is charging you based on the number of records that you consume. So we might be interested in deleting some data in bulk that is of no use for us, right? So there can be many use cases, or in case if you would like to change the pipeline stage of a deal in bulk, then these bulk operations are important. So how do we perform bulk action in Kailas is simply, we are on this lead listing page, okay? What we have to do is we have to simply select this first checkbox, right? So the moment I select first checkbox, it selects all the leads that are available on the first page, which is 100 in number in this case, okay? So what will happen is if I want to, let us say, perform some bulk action, so I will click on this update, or in case if I would like to delete all those 100 leads, I can click on delete. When I click on update, it opens up a simple model where I can see all the lead properties. So these lead properties are like all the fields that are there in a lead at the time of lead creation. Okay, just give me. So whatever lead properties are there at the time of lead creation, all those properties are available to us in this list, and we can make changes to any of the property. Now, for example, if I would like to reassign all these leads to a new sales user, so what I can do is I can simply search for the owner field, and I can choose the new user to whom I would like to reassign. So for that, for in this example, let us say I would like to reassign all those leads to Mr. Tanmay Sahni, right? So I can simply select that value, and there is a small like a disclaimer that the changes that we are making over here are not reversible. So once I click on this update, and whatever fields I have selected, the changes will be there and you cannot reverse it. When I click on update, it what it does is it basically perform the bulk action in the backend. Okay, the system let you use rest of the functionalities, like if you would like to go to some any other pages or perform some other actions, it doesn't stop you. It performs the action and it updates you when the action is completely successful. And if I'm interested in viewing what is the status of that job, so for that purpose I can go to CRM settings, and under data management I can go to bulk jobs. So this is the page where all the bulk jobs that I have triggered are listed. So you can see there is this status called in progress for the job that I have submitted at 5:40 p.m. right? So this status is in progress until this is completed. Once the job is completed, then the status changes to complete, as you can see in the below jobs that have run in the past, right? Now, once the job is completed, it shows a file, summary file, that contains all the lead IDs or deal IDs for which this job was run. Because so the use case of this showing this file is another one as well, that for example, if for any reason one of the job has failed, so we should be able to understand what was the reasons. For example, let me share my whole screen, then I'll open up the files. So let us say this status, you can see there is a status completed with error. Okay, now there are two files, summary file and error file. So summary file contains all the successful IDs on which the operation was successful, so that we can go back and see on which leads the operation was performed, just for audit purpose as well. Okay, so these are all those lead IDs on which the operation was successful. Now, if let us say some of the leads have failed in performing the desired action that I wanted to perform, so I can download the error file. I can see what is the error. So we have listed the errors for which possibly the bulk operation that you were supposed to perform has failed. So in this case, for example, lead is already converted, operation not permitted. Okay, now it also tells me, the bulk job page also tells me what type of operation I wanted to perform. So I can go to this general information section and I can see this job was for entity lead. The operation, the expected operation was update, and which field I wanted to change is also there. So I wanted to change pipeline to new lead. Okay, the pipeline is lead pipeline and value is new lead. Now for this many leads, it has failed, and let us see why it has failed. Okay, so I would go to again my sales listing, lead listing, and I can search for the lead ID. I think someone has deleted that lead. Let us look for some other lead. So this is a converted lead. Now in that bulk operation, I wanted to perform pipeline update operation on this bulk lead, this converted lead, which is not allowed because this is a converted lead. And if you are using Kylas for a time, you might be knowing that we cannot edit any lead which is already converted. So this bulk operation, because at the time of bulk operation selection, you don't know which are the leads which are converted, or maybe they might be having some other issues, right? Because we just select all those leads and we don't know what type of lead it is, right? But the system has to understand, and what system does is, if there is any operation that is not allowed to be performed, maybe because of permission, or maybe in this case the lead was converted, so the system doesn't perform those actions, and we generate a error file which has the list of errors for which every lead has failed, so that you can go back and see which are the leads that have failed and what was the reason. So that if, let us say, the reason looks incorrect, then maybe we can update the lead accordingly and then rerun the operation. Or just in case if this is a valid reason, then we can see, okay, this is why the operation was not performed, right? So this is how the bulk operation is performed on the lead. And so I was talking about this. Yeah, so now if you see, there was this operation that we have triggered at 5:40 p.m. it has been now completed at 5:51, and again I can see what was the operation. So in this case we just changed the owner from the existing one to Tanmay Sahani. Okay, and let us see which were the leads that were affected, and let us cross validate whether the desired action has taken place or not. Let me close this once. So let us pick any random lead ID from this 940363. Okay, let's go back and see. So this is the lead ID, and we can see the current owner is now Tanmay Sahni instead of the logged in user, which is Pravash Pujari, right? So this kind of bulk operations are helpful when we would like to update any of the property of lead in bulk. Now there is another thing that once is that I can select all the leads of a particular page, and the next page's leads are not selected. Okay, but there is another option as well, that if I would like to perform the action on all the leads available, let us say all 505 items. So what I can do is I can simply click on this select all 505 leads. I can select, and you can see leads of all pages have been selected. Okay, and if I would like to perform any operation across pages, that is also possible. So let us say, for example, I would like to delete all the converted leads, right? So converted leads have been anyways converted into a deal or contact, and it is unnecessarily, let us say, consuming my record space. So I would like to delete them. So what I can do is I can simply apply a filter of converted by is set. That means the lead has been converted, and all these leads, 12 items have been converted. So what I can do is I can select all of them and I can delete. So again, this goes into the bulk operation jobs, and if I come back here after a certain period of time, then I can see all those leads are now deleted. That means the bulk operation has been successfully completed. And if I would like to check the status, I can again go to CRM settings, bulk jobs, and I can see the latest operation, which was for lead delete. Okay, and I can see all those lead IDs again in the summary file for which this bulk operation was running. So earlier this bulk operation was not available in Kylas. That is a recent development, and especially the backend bulk operation was something that was developed quite recently, so that users do not get stuck on a screen while the bulk operation is in progress. So now this bulk operation is running in backend. Similarly, the bulk operation on deals, which is very critical when it comes to changing the pipeline stages of leads in a bulk. So what I can do is, again, on the deal listing page, I can select all the deals, and I can again click on the update button, and I can choose the pipeline. Let us say I would like to move all the deals to one new pipeline that I have created. Okay, so I can simply choose a new pipeline, and let us say I would like to move all of them into a new stage. Then I can select and I can update. So now it will again perform this bulk action. When I click on this, it takes me to this bulk jobs, and I can see the status which is in progress. Once it is completed, then a summary file will be generated, and I will be able to see the updated pipeline stage, right? So this is how the bulk operation on deal is performed. Right? Now, other than that, so where this kind of bulk operation, are important is sometimes it also happens that let's say in case of pipeline stage, so many of the deals have been closed over a period of time, but nobody has updated them, like to convert them into closed, or maybe they haven't made the necessary changes at the time of deal closure itself. So this bulk operation becomes very important in case of doing the changes retrospectively, right? So in this case also this bulk operation are important. Then deletion is anyways a major use case. So in upcoming developments, we are going to bring few more actions on this bulk selection. For example, sending emails in bulk, which is also one of the very important feature that we need in case of drip marketing campaign, some kind of emails that I would like to send to all of those leads that are qualifying a certain filter that I can apply over here. So I can send emails to all of them, I can send SMS to all of them. So those kind of features that are also in progress in terms of bulk update. Other than that, is there any scenario that you would like me to touch base upon in terms of this bulk operation? Then we can discuss. But I think from my side, mostly this was it about today's webinar, that how do we perform bulk actions on leads and deals. Also, this bulk operation is available on contacts as well. Most of the functionalities are common for contacts also. I can reassign the contact or I can delete it. That is also the case in case of bulk operations, right?
Great.
So
Abhishek, can
any
you go to the
queries?
next?
Yeah,
Yeah. And what is like ifs and bots? You can focus on that.
sorry, which one?
The last slide basically. Yeah, this one. Like what is possible in bulk update? So number bulk updates can be possible. That is like 10,000.
Yeah, right. So there are few conditions because of the system limitations that we have kept, is that we can update only maximum 10,000 records in one go, because it puts a lot of load on the system. So we are not allowing to make update to records which is crossing more than 10,000. So in that case, what we have to do is we have to basically apply some more filters and keep the number of data limited below 10,000. So that is something that's a cap from our side, considering the system capabilities. And also there is one more limitation, that on one particular tenant there can be only one job running at a time. So if let us say one job is in progress, then you cannot trigger another job. That job will be picked up later once the existing job is completed, because there is a issue in concurrent jobs. So that's why there is one more limit on that.
So we can say that would be in the queue basically.
Yeah, that will be in the queue, and it will be automatically picked up once the existing job is completed.
So I think you completed that particular part. Okay. So now I'll just ask audience to if they have any questions on this particular lead and deal update. So in the meantime, if you find any trouble, any question will be there, you can directly write to support@kylas.io, the support ID basically, and you can keep us in CC there also. Anything to focus here?
No, I think we can close this.
Great. So thanks for joining the session, and we can close this session. Thank you. Thanks for joining everybody.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you everyone. Bye.